Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Allied General. I'm the Mysterious JG. As I was starting to say, hey, I got the little pop-up to indicate that my rental company is happy. My rental company, I own a rental company, folks. I rent properties to other people. I really gouge them. No, my landlord is happy with the insurance document that I sent them. So that's, like I was going, hey, and then I see that. So hopefully when I go to edit this, I edit it out. But yeah, this is Allied General, the story of a gentleman trying to live in an apartment in America. It's also the story of how the British Army is driving the Germans out of France. This is weird. How come on my desktop it just popped up now, and on my laptop, whatever. We're driving the Germans out of France, and we're ready to keep the fight on the Germans. At this point, World War II is won by the Allies. And it's the phase of the game where it's a race to see who's going to take Germany and what will be the fate of post-war Europe. Will the Red Army take all of Germany and have this huge block of influence well into Western Europe, or will we be able to take Germany for them before they can? And that's kind of where we're at now. Like if we just lose from this point forward, the campaign is over with Stalin and his Red Army is holding huge tracts of European land that they're not going to be inclined to give back. And I think Allied High Command, the argument is about the amount of risk that we're willing to take in order to defeat the Germans quickly before the Russians can. You got people who want to have a very organized approach that, is sparing as many Allied lives as possible, and you've got the blood and guts generals who just want to go in there and it's going to be a dirty fight, but they want to win, and they want to scare those Ruskies and show them what they got coming if they try to stand up to the West. But whatever their right approach is, the Germans and the Americans are going to be having their only split mission of the campaign after the Americans join with the conquest of Tunisia, as our British forces. I think this is the more interesting to me of the campaigns anyway. But the British forces. Well, hold on. Let's take a quick look before we get going. If we were playing, excuse me, if we were playing as the Americans at this point, we would be looking at Moselle. The assault by American forces on Germany's west wall line of defense. With no voice narrating it for us. As they move towards Germany, the Americans must capture key cities near the Moselle River as rapidly as they can. And I don't know if you would consider this kind of the Battle of the Bulge scenario. That might be the next one, Ruhr. But we've got Metz, Saarburg. We're holding the key strategic point that is Nancy. Epinal. I'm not like a complete expert. There's Mulhouse, the home city of Milhouse, Bart Simpson's friend. Kamar. Saarbrücken. Okay, now I'm a little more oriented. Saarbrücken is kind of the westernmost point in Germany. Like on one side is Saarbrücken, on the other side it's the difference between Saarland and Alsace-Lorraine. So that's what Wacht am Rhein is about. It's like Germans in like the Saarland staring across the river at this would be the Rhine then, right? If I'm not mistaken, if this is Saarburg and Saarbrücken, or maybe this is the Rhine. Yeah, the Wacht am Rhein is the German song about heroic German troops staring across the Rhine and defending the German heartland from those barbaric potential invaders in France. And then this would be the Siegfried Line here. So this is the southern portion of the Siegfried Line. And more. I don't know that I'm pronouncing anything right, but I'm particularly not in Verdun. So yeah, this is the border between France and Germany, where the Americans are pushing across, and but as the Brits, we will have a not particularly. I guess I'm curious, and this is the default starting conditions, where they kind of throw in what they think your forces might look like. So as far as air forces go, we've got some P-38s. Got some Thunderbolts. We got one Flying Fortress unit. They give you a lot of fighters, and you have about 4 fighter units and 2 bomber units, whereas the Germans have, and it looks like a Focke-Wulf. That's probably a fighter, could be a fighter bomber. The Germans at this point are no longer really trying to maintain a bomber fleet. They've just got fighters up there, outnumbered, but trying to keep the Allied bombing runs at bay. But we're going to hop back into where we were, which was playing as the British, and we will instead be... Alright, well, I had a little graphical glitch down there, but we're going to be pushing north.
A triumph without flaw, if I may say so. Our drawn-out supply lines notwithstanding, the situation demands that we strive to maintain the same tempo. High Command has taken the decision that you shall lead the attack on the west wall in the north. The Yanks, stationed in the south in Lorraine, will simultaneously assault the wall near the River Moselle. Once we get past this impenetrable Siegfried Line, the Rhine looks to be our next target.
All right, so it's not the Rhine, it's the Moselle, but I thought it was called Wacht am Rhein. I guess the Rhine might be behind the backs of the Germans, who are the Wacht am Rhein. But either way, yeah, I guess there's some American backup, but the American British Army is pressing into Germany. In Moselle, we are at the Meuse, and we are going to be instead launching our attack into the Benelux countries, which you may recall if you've been watching me play Empire Earth. The Benelux countries and Norway were the hardest part of the Blitzkrieg campaign in that particular game. They were a massive pain compared to the rest of it. Anyways, I like the fighting stats of the commandos, and they have better movement than the bridging infantry, but they keep giving me... The commandos are like paratroop units, I guess, because they keep giving them to me in planes. Oh, and Sugarfina is... there are rewards here from Sugarfina. I'm just looking. Okay. No identifying information there, so I might just let that pop-up ad go. But these guys... I just like the fact that they have movement 3. But the heavy infantry only have movement 2. But, I mean, you look at the difference in combat values, I could go with... I think I'm down to... I mean, I got Anzac forces, which would be Australia, New Zealand. They should have identical stats to the non-heavy British infantry. Let's see, 8501. Whoa, that's interesting. So they have movement 3, spotting 2, initiative 1, 6201, 8501, GB Anzac. Interesting. So they're significantly better. Got worse defense or something? Defense 670. Defense 670. Yeah, Anzac are better. And then now these guys have 6421, 780. So bridging infantry can fight back against. I think they don't. I think they might be immune to rugged defense, though. I think they're still my best deal because they're immune to rugged defense. Well, we'll stick with bridging engineers. Don't think I have a better artillery available. Yeah, 7.2-inch Python's brother. Sherman Firefly, I believe, is going to be my best tank until the end of the war. Mosquito is never being replaced as far as I can recall. Might eventually get Spitfire 9 replaced by like jet planes in the very last scenario, but it's just kind of, by then it's just for funsies. It doesn't matter. You've got complete air supremacy. Lancaster I don't think is ever replaced. The G7 Priest. So it's got movement of 5, range of 3. This thing has movement of 3, range of 3. This thing is like, yeah, this. I guess this is handy on defense, maybe. This one has movement of 5, range of 3. They're basically the same. This has got better soft attack, better. Looks like the Cromwell is better. Range 3, initiative 4. Initiative doesn't matter. We're not supposed to be getting attacked up close, or something's already gone wrong. 12-8. 14-8. Alright, well, let's change these guys to Cromwell. My little, I think I've only got the one, don't I? Core unit that is self-propelled artillery. Thought maybe I had 2, I wasn't sure. Well, I upgraded something. It's kind of more than I expected. Alright, this video is going to get really long if we don't get a move on. We probably need one. Probably need one engineer just to take that objective, and that's going to be about it. A real pain in the ass to get to that one, though. Just, it's all flat land, but it's got swamps all around it, so it's going to take a turn or two to deploy around it and circle it. We could put a bridging engineer here and move them up the river to give people better places. Yeah, I think they might just move here and then move here to make it easier to get across and attack. Some artillery here to shoot across. Put a more experienced unit over here as well. Oh, I've got a little spot over here where I can deploy some guys too. Or is this a graphical glitch? That looks like it's a graphical glitch. It doesn't look like I can actually put anyone here. Okay, that would have been interesting. Kind of starting them out behind their lines a little bit. Wish I had a bridging engineer over here. Is that an anti-air truck? Oh my, wow. Okay. Kind of a neat thing to suddenly have access to. I didn't mean to spend a whole video on deployment, but that's what's happening, guys. Look back at your memories. A pretty girl is like a melody. Trying to get the ground units deployed first, then the air units. Got a lot of driving north to do. I'm trying to kind of put a minimal amount of stuff here, but did I? Yeah, I thought for a minute I just goofed everything up there by closing the deploy window, but I did. Oh, fuck. We screwed up. I accidentally closed that window, which means all of that got lost. Okay, I'm going to try to rush through what we've already done here. Because I didn't mean for a whole video to be taken up with deployment, but it's happening. Shit. Alright. I was going to put one experienced bridging unit over here. I was going to put an experienced one. Put them over here. They could make... Well, there's bridges across this river. The problem is... Over here, I could put them in here. Now I'll put them up here. Just to start placing airplanes quickly and not overthinking it. They do have some armor up here, so we'll need some tanks to deal with that. See, any of these fights could get ugly. I do want to be kind of careful advancing. Because infantry going over there, forming a bridge and attacking across the river is going to get potentially wiped out on the following turn. I could put some up here, have them march forward and attack, and then have... oh, hold on. I was wondering what happened to one of my fancy new units, and I didn't upgrade it to a fancy new unit. Okay. That's everyone deployed. Let's try to get a couple of actions in on this turn. Bearing in mind, I can buy... Ooh, 2 new core units. That's a lot. And access to units from different countries. But that's kind of illusory. I don't really get to use them because I have no place to deploy them. So these are both anti-tank. One killed 6. Wait, what? All right, something graphically happened there because I didn't lose bombers, which I'm happy about. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, something weird is going on graphically with these results. So I've got one more silver dollar. I ain't gonna let him catch me now. No, I got one more suppression bomber, which is an auxiliary suppression bomber. I figure out where to use them. That's pretty nice. That's not as nice, but still pretty good. Now these guys were going to help with bridges. But I don't really have anybody who's going to rush across there after all. Looks like the graphics have finally centered properly. I was hoping to get at the anti-air cannon, but all right, let's you guys are going to be a nightmare to deal with, aren't you? Oh, damn it, I am going to have to edit that out. Sarah Falls encouraged me to deal with the ones that have my first name, even if I have a fairly common first name. So make a mental note about that one. Also, it's from Destination XL, so just in case anyone out there was wondering, hey, is this Let's Player? Any chance that you might be able to afford to lose a few pounds? Yes. The anti-tank guys are usually a nightmare. Is it, the other thing I could do, though, is I could kind of, um, take my chance. It says even crossing the river, these guys have enough experience to get it done. Oh, that's neat. They have the priest look, but now they've got artillery backing them up, and they can actually finish off this unit because I use a suppression bomber. So overall, I'd say I'm reasonably pleased with my tactics here. I lose track of a, yeah, you already used one of these units. Oh, beautiful result. Alright, so air-wise, I'm kind of down to just fighters now, I think. Not that worried about the Luftwaffe. They're out there somewhere, but I'm not all that concerned about having all of my fighters have interceptors as I might normally be. Hmm. I mean, it's not impossible that they have fighters up here, but I kind of doubt it. So I think I might let these two bombers go unescorted, even though I feel like the Mosquitoes should be able to escort the Lancasters. They're so good in a duel. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna take my chances that they don't need escorts. And actually, you guys aren't that useful for anything. I'll have you come over here and escort both of them, just in case. It's just an auxiliary unit. I'm not trying to get them experience. They're not going to do that much damage anyway. Um, this approach means everybody has an escort, I think. Oh, the Spaman. Super obscure Mystery Science Theater reference. All right, I'm going to call it a video here. Hopefully not giving myself time to forget that I do need to go in and edit out a little ad in the bottom corner of something there. You know what? I can pretty much ensure that happens if instead of recording my next video, I just jump into... but I wasn't going to. I was going to go jump into recording the next video. All right, whatever. All right, when we come back next time, guys, sorry we spent about half of that video or more getting deployed, but we're pushing up against the northern part of the Siegfried Line, the German fortifications that are trying to... We didn't really do the same... I guess I did this in the last video. But if you know your European geography, we got Breskens, Middelburg, Bergen op Zoom, Dordrecht, Rotterdam, I don't know my Benelux geography. I know that the Benelux countries are Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. I don't, and that they're kind of like it's like a slice of Neapolitan ice cream. They're just like thirds, right up there, kind of northwest of Germany. And I don't remember which one is the northernmost, which one's the southernmost. I get confused about what's the difference between being. Uh, I know the difference between Dutch and Danish. Danish is Denmark. Dutch is Holland, or is it Luxembourg? I think it's Holland. But Holland, Belgium, and the Netherlands. That's where we are. I'm not an expert. There's The Hague and Rotterdam. The Hague is I think that's the Netherlands, right? But yeah, we're up here making democracy safe for them. Somewhere up here, um, it's presumably too late to help her, but this would be Diary of Anne Frank. Now that or is that Denmark? I don't know, but it's not a fun thing to be dwelling on right now. So when we come back next time, we won't mention it. See you then.